So, the Ice Warriors are back after 39 years since their last story, The Monster of Peladon, in an episode set solely within a Cold War submarine titled, well, Cold War, and written by Mark Gatiss, who has previously penned 4 other scripts for Doctor Who: The Great, The Unquiet Dead, The Decent, The Idiot's Lantern, The Alright, Victory of the Daleks, and The OK Night Terrors, plus has another episode, The Crimson Horror, to be broadcast in 3 weeks' time. But I digress. Let's have a look at Cold War. Let's get the thing everyone was looking forward to the most out of the way first. The Ice Warriors. Well, warrior. The only warrior we're given here is Grand Marshal Skaldak, a Martian hero who was trapped in the ice in 3017 BC. Yeah, I did the math. Firstly, let me just say that I'm extremely glad that this episode doesn't simply paint the Ice Warriors as monsters, which is why Skaldak is an effective character. He may be menacing in a lot of scenes, but due to what the Doctor and Skaldak himself make clear about the Ice Warriors and Skaldak as an individual in this episode, casual viewers can sympathise with him, perhaps not as much, but nearly as much as hardcore fans like me who have seen the classic series. Looking at him physically, the updated armour looks phenomenal, really giving off a walking tank vibe and really fitting of a warrior. What's not so phenomenal is what the Ice Warriors are revealed to look like underneath the armour. I mean, yeah, it doesn't look disgracefully bad, but it somehow just seems inherently silly when combined with the voice. It's not a "I'm a classic series fan, therefore it's bad" sort of thing. It's just, I don't know, what do you guys think? The Doctor isn't given too much to do here, but Matt Smith is fantastic as usual. His scenes with Skaldak are fairly immersing, and it was great to see him struggling through the sub. Jenna-Louise Coleman also gives another superb performance, but Clara is also kind of pushed to the side, but she still makes more of an impact than the Doctor, with her initiation as a companion continuing along a steady path, her little scene in the room with Skaldak being nice and tension-filled, and her relationship with David Warner's character being quite touching. Liam Cunningham plays Zukov, the sub's captain, and while the performance is good, there's not much to his character. He's just a prototypical wartime submarine captain, but the acting does sell it, so I won't hold it against the episode too much. The same can be said about the sub's crew, who are mostly converted into nameless redshirts during the Ice Warriors' ambush attacks, but again, the performances are solid, and you can't expect too much from them in the long run, so I'll forgive for the most part. However, much bigger props must go to the always endearing David Warner, plus Mark Gatiss, who managed to give his character, Grisenko, an indisputable sense of personality and relatability. The direction was brilliant in this episode, with Douglas McKinnon, the man who previously directed 2008's The Storm Torrent Stratagem in the Poison Sky, and 2012's The Power of Three, truly getting across the cramped feel of the sub, and managing to create suspense with ease. The lighting and set design are top-notch, really making you feel that not only the sub, but also the danger it's in, is all too real. Props must also go to the clothing department, not only for giving Jenna that dress, sorry, I had to, but also for adding the icing to the us genuinely believing in the time, location, and these people's situation cake. Oh, and while Skaldak's true form isn't exactly perfect, the Ice Warriors ship is a feast for the eyes. Of course, the episode isn't completely flawless. I can't help but feel that it begins too quickly and ends too quickly. A huge chunk of it feels like the second act. I also think that a few more of the ideas contained within the story could have been fleshed out a little more, like Clara taking Skaldak into her own hands and dealing with him in the human way, well, the positive human way, as well as some characters. For example, I would have liked a bit more dialogue from, especially if it added to his mini-friendship with Clara, Grisenko. Overall, despite not being full marks, this is a very enjoyable episode with an interesting villain, well acted and believable, if slightly uninspired characters, a superlative setting, and a true sense of atmosphere, moulded through things both spoken and unspoken. I'm looking forward to next week's episode, Hyde, written by Neil Cross, a lot, not just because Neil already impressed me with the Rings of Akaten, but also, well, I love a ghost story, and I deeply, deeply love it when the Doctor gets scared. Hey, that leaves me an idea for a future video. Anyway, look forward to my Hyde review next week, and this is Who Review Central, signing off.